Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I'm gonna be speaking on a case that just got actually done with this past I think it was May or March, I believe. Anyway, this is the way the title actually reads on the actual on the press release. Ex-LA sheriff deputy sentenced to 7 years in federal prison for leading a $2 million armed robbery of a marijuana warehouse, a grow house of marijuana, right? Um, Apparently, there was a disgruntled employee that had quit a few weeks before this actual came to be, and this 43-year-old LA sheriff was actually invited, but they said that he was actually he led it. Well, he led it because he had the badge. So apparently, this ex-employee gave him all the blueprints of the actual warehouse and what he needed to be actually what they needed to look for. And apparently there was three actual uh, guards, and so they had planned this to be a raid with a search warrant. Therefore, all the actual plants, the bud, everything would be confiscated as part of that search warrant. Now, this sheriff, he actually he actually created a fake warrant, utilized his actual service vehicle, and uniformed some accomplices. Therefore, they look like a real strike team from the sheriff's department. So, as they're conducting this actual operation, LAPD shows up. Um, I don't know exactly how they maybe somebody saw something or so forth, but they actually go to the actual front door of the actual warehouse. They actually present the actual search warrant to one security guard, and therefore he called the other two security guards. So now all three of them are actually what would you say, detained, right, put aside, and they're actually put in his actual patrol vehicle. Um, I don't know at what time the actual PD shows up, but the LAPD shows up. He convinces them that it's an actual raid, that he is part of the actual narcotics department. Even presents a phone for the LAPD to actually talk to one of his supervisors, which it was a fictitious person at the other end. So after they cleared that call, LAPD left. They got him on body cam too. They got the actual sheriff on body cam, and one of the actual fake deputies walks in with a long arm and proceed to actually gather up two safes and the plants. A truck rolls up, and so like a rental truck. So they start loading that actual rental truck up and start clearing out that warehouse. But what you have to understand is that for in order for you to pull this off, you need somebody in IT. You need somebody to actually um, know exactly how to disable uh, CCT or even any kind of actually surveillance, and that's what their biggest mistake was because there is actual video on the internet. So first mistake, you have to have somebody that has any kind of knowledge uh, from security to actual um, computers to actually to hack into their actual security system to disable that. You have to have it, or else you know they're gonna have a great video of you, committing this crime, and they do, you know. And is it their first heist? I honestly think that this was too big for them to chew. That's what they made the mistake. They went for a big scale actual warehouse. They should have been content with just taking the two safes, and that would have been plenty of money because that was 600,000 in them safes. And if you know, if you're in the actual legalization of actually producing marijuana, it all has to be in cash for the actual for you to be covered through the actual federal government. So everything needs to be conducted in cash. You still have to report taxes, but everything must be on actual paper money. No, any kind of financial document. No, it cannot be on that. So was it their first time, or did they already have history taking down some small ones? They didn't mention that, but for this actual deputy, he's 43 years old. You gotta be better than that at 43. If you're doing these heists at 43 and you're law enforcement, yeah, something went wrong there, very very wrong. And if I was actually if I was actually arrested by this actual deputy at any point in my life, I would really really consider getting a lawyer and have every single arrest case that he actually had looked at, for the fact that if he's pulling this stunt, there's other corruptions along his actual journey through law enforcement. And so it would be no problem to actually find out what sheriff vehicle was there, what actual officer was there, and for it not to be a strong arm robbery, and him for only get 7 years on this, nah. I mean, no. It's see again. This guy only got 7 years for what he did, and you don't think them security guards were were at one point scared, knowing that hey, this is probably a fake raid, and no witnesses get left behind. There's always that element, And and by the way, in in the LA Sheriff's Department, there are approximately over 18 gang affiliations in that actual department. 18 different gangs are represented in the LA Sheriff's Department. Remember, one of the first reads I did, it says it's not against the law to be a gang member. It's against the law to actually conduct gang business with your gang. You know, but I just want to touch up on that, and for his company vehicle, he might be a resident. He might have been a residential deputy. He might have had the privilege of taking his vehicle home. That's very common. Okay, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.